What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like Lisa Leslie and Sue Bird just opened up about Caitlin Clark. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Clark has definitely been a topic of discussion all season long as she's been dominating the way WNBA is playing the game, and she is undeniably the force driving the whole league as a whole. Well, it looked like two WNBA legends is speaking out about the Caitlin Clark effect and letting it be known how she is single-handedly changing everything surrounding the WNBA. First up, we got none other than Sue Bird going on another night show with Jimmy Kimmel, letting it be known Caitlin Clark shooting them logo threes is on a whole nother level. It's being reported that Caitlin Clark's superstardom has brought countless of new eyes to the WNBA game. Early in her rookie season with the Indiana Fever, the league is being talked about more than ever. WNBA legend Sue Bird is thankful for the Caitlin Clark impact on the game. During a recent interview with Jimmy Kimmel on the Tonight Show, she let it be known how the Caitlin Clark effect is affecting everything. But all that being said, let's roll the footage.
Was it last week that she broke the record and it was like 4 million people watched that? Mm-hmm. It's just exciting.
Yeah, those are the numbers.
It's huge.
Yeah, she's obviously doing amazing. Her game speaks for itself. I think my favorite part is just women's basketball, women's sports really, but women's basketball has been on the rise. And it's kind of like what Magic and Bird was to men's basketball. Like this moment, we kind of needed something.
This is
to
that
just
moment.
And Caitlin's that moment. And I think a lot of it has to do with her logo threes. A lot of, I mean, speaking of John 529 from Twitter, he's like, oh, women don't dunk.
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course, women don't dunk.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch.
But you can't really talk trash on a logo three.
So a logo three is
deep. That's
deep. That's almost half court where the NBA, where the WNBA logo is. Yeah.
Literally where
and
she's shooting from.
It's just fascinating.
Yeah.
But I mean, you kind of set the stage for all these athletes to come up and get the attention. I mean, you're one of the first big names to just come out and do it. This documentary.
That was Sue Bird on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Kimmel, setting the record straight about the Caitlin Clark effect. And her favorite part about it is her shooting them logo threes. And guys, we cannot sit up here and lie and say that Caitlin Clark shooting them threes ain't the reason why she popping hotter than Fitzgrease. Because it definitely is, bro. It's something like we never seen before, especially in the women ranks. But as of right now, Caitlin Clark is the hottest topic in basketball. Sue Bird wasn't the only WNBA legend that spoke highly about Caitlin Clark. None other than Lisa Leslie gave her thoughts on Caitlin Clark. Guys, it's being reported that when WNBA legend Lisa Leslie talks about women's basketball, it holds a significant weight that must always be acknowledged. There is so much talk amongst hoop fans regarding two WNBA rookies and the two-time WNBA champion in the decision between Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky's Angel Reese. The four-time Olympic gold medalists were pivotal in evaluating the league in the early 2000s, paving the way for some of your favorite WNBA superstars. And I gotta 1,000% agree with that. Lisa Leslie was very similar with her impact, close to Caitlin Clark. She was an all-star, superstar talent, bringing to the women's game something like we never seen before. And if it ever was a player to compare Caitlin Clark to for just the impact of the WNBA, you got to compare her to Lisa Leslie because that's what type of impact Lisa brought. She brought eyes. She brought fans. She reshaped everything with the women's basketball. And I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark is about to do the same thing. But all that being said, WNBA legend Lisa Leslie set the record straight about Caitlin Clark and other rookies. Let's roll the footage.
Focused on women's basketball, but so far, what have you seen within the WNBA with some of these rookies?
I've been so proud, Nikki, to be really honest. We know that, Caitlin Clark is here in the WNBA, and that's been a big change. And I love the fact that her impact is something that we can really tangibly see. We're talking about teams changing arenas, getting into larger spaces for their fans, which I think is outstanding. We're talking about people wearing these young women's jerseys. Asia Wilson finally getting her deserved shoe that we've heard about. I just love the fact that women's basketball is having the opportunity to get so many eyeballs on the game. It's not that the game and the product wasn't there. We know from, even before I played, when you go way back, if you look at Ann Myers and all of the women that came before, Cheryl Miller, like they didn't have these same opportunities, but their level and their play, if you move those players into this time, they would still been outstanding women and just some of the best players in the world. So I'm excited to see that fans, new fans, men and women, girls, dads, young girls and boys are having the chance to really celebrate the WNBA.
Well, I mean, we're standing on your shoulders, too. I know you mentioned Ann Myers and those guys, but, I go back to when you played and what you guys did to develop this league, to make it what it is today. Just share some of your insight and some of your experience when you had to put that uniform on and go out there and perform at a high level. And obviously being the first female to dunk in the WBA game. But no, I think this is important for the Caitlin Clarks and the Angel Reese and the Cameron Brinks also to hear your story and how you got to be who you are today.
Well, I think, Nikki, I always look at the game as we all have our moment in time, right? And my time was different from the women that came before me. But I understood the history of the women who came before me. So I think it's really important, Pat had Summit, like the women that came before us that were making way for us, Marianne Stanley, like so many people's names just come to my head that these women fought hard for us to get what we got. So for the WNBA to be established, I understood that it was more than just being about me and numbers. It was about the relationships, about building community. It was about kissing babies and signing every autograph. And
that was WNBA legend Lisa Leslie setting the record straight about the current state of the WNBA. Guys, get down in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bills on because I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.